Good day, dear grade 10 students, and to everyone watching this. We are down once again to the last part of our lesson, which is a demonstration of preparing vegetable dishes. With all the principles of preparing vegetables in mind, join me once again as I demonstrate the preparation of two Pinoy favorite vegetable dishes, Ginataang Gulay and Lumpiang Sariwa. So, let's start. Here is our learning target. I can cook a vegetable dish while following the appropriate cooking methods to preserve optimum quality and nutrition of vegetables.
Here's our menu for today. These two dishes are certified Filipino favorites. Let's start with the preparation of Ginataang Gulay. Ginataang Gulay is a Filipino vegetable stew made from a variety of vegetables like squash and string beans, partnered with shrimp or pork, and made creamy by coconut milk. To prepare the dish, you will need sitaw cut into 2-inch length, bataw, which is optional, kalabasa cut into big square chunks, 4 cloves of garlic, and 1 large onion. You will also need 1/4 kilogram of shrimp washed and trimmed, 1/4 kilogram of pork belly, and about 3 cups of coconut milk. We have separated the milk from the first squeeze of shredded coconut meat and the milk from the second squeeze. Here is the list of ingredients with the measurement. Of course, we will also need salt and pepper to taste. Some use bagoong or shrimp paste or patis to season this dish. Some also add malunggay leaves to add more beneficial nutrients to the dish. Start by squeezing fresh coconut milk by adding about a half cup of water to the coconut meat. Start squeezing the shredded coconut. As you do this, place the squeezed out shredded coconut on another container while leaving most of the milk on the container. Strain the coconut milk. This is the first squeeze or the kakang gata. Set aside and prepare for another squeeze. This time, add about 1.5 cups of water and repeat the process. Strain the coconut milk again, but place it on a separate container. If you want to save time, you can always use instant gata, but we prefer freshly squeezed coconut milk. On a heated pan, sauté garlic until golden brown. Add the onion and cook until translucent. Add the pork and cook this until tender. You can also put some water to help cook the pork. At this point, you can also season this with salt and pepper, or for some, they season this with bagoong. When the pork is tender enough, add the shrimps and cook just until they change in color. Add the second squeeze of coconut milk and let this boil. Start adding the vegetables and cook this just until they get to the right consistency. For the squash, we want them softer so that it can add on the creamy texture of this dish. When the vegetables are halfway tender, you may add the kakanggata. Let this simmer without mixing so that the natural oil from the milk will come out. Bring this to a boil. Mix carefully when the mixture boils. You may adjust flavors at this point, and if you're done, remove from fire. And here is our Ginataang Gulay. For our next dish, we have the Lumpiang Sariwa. Lumpiang Sariwa or Lumpiang Ubod is a Filipino dish consisting of julienne vegetables, particularly ubod, that is added with meat or shrimp and is wrapped in a thin egg crepe. For this video, since there is no ubod available in the market, I use julienne turnip as an alternative. I will give the recipe and list of ingredients in batches. We'll have separate list of ingredients and instructions for the wrapper, the filling, and the sauce. Let's start first with the recipe for the wrapper. For the crepe wrapper, you will need 3 cups of flour, 3.5 cups of water, 6 tablespoons of oil, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, and 3 pieces of eggs. In a bowl with water, add the salt and the rest of the liquid ingredients. Mix this well and add the flour. Mix until just well combined. Do not overmix so you can have a soft wrapper. Brush some oil on the pan to make sure that the crepe will not stick. Swirl the pan in a circular motion to distribute the egg mixture. Cook this on a medium-low heat until the mixture dries up. Remove this from heat and set aside. Repeat the process until all the mixture is used up. Next is the recipe for the vegetable filling. For the vegetable filling, you will need shredded cabbage, Baguio beans cut into small cylinders, julienne turnip, but it will be better if you can find ubod, garlic, onion, julienne carrots, salt and pepper to taste, and ground pork. You can also add other vegetables like toge, kamote, or other vegetables that you love. Here is the complete list and measurement of the ingredients. Proceed to our usual way of cooking, which is sautéing garlics and onions, followed by the ground pork. You can also add salt and pepper and let this cook. Then gradually add your vegetables starting with the carrots, Baguio beans, and the turnip. At this point, you may also want to adjust the seasonings. And then lastly, we add the cabbage. For the last part, the sauce. Here are the ingredients. 4 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar, preferably the brown sugar. Because I don't have brown sugar, I will use white sugar. 2 garlic bulbs, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1½ teaspoon of salt, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch diluted in 4 tablespoons of water, and 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. In a bowl, combine water, sugar, and garlic. Let this boil and simmer until the garlic is cooked. On a separate bowl, make a slurry by mixing cornstarch, water, and soy sauce. Set this aside. You will note that the garlic is cooked when they start to float. At this point, you may add the other spices and seasonings. Then, add the slurry and stir continuously until the mixture thickens up. For the toppings, which is optional, roast some peanuts on low heat until golden brown. You may chop the roasted peanuts, or on my preference, I crush them so that the smoky flavor will come out. To assemble, just place about 1/4 cup of filling and start to wrap, drizzle with sauce, and top with peanuts. And here is our Lumpiang Sariwa.
For CSMA Values Integration, once again, we would like to remind you to be mindful. Remember that cooking is an act of care and love. It is important that you are mindful of the ingredients you choose to cook with, and cook mindfully for others. That's it for today. Goodbye!